Oh yeah, by the
Alright.
way, I don't know if you saw it. Here. This was me yesterday.
Oh, wow, nice. That's pretty epic.
Yes.
Alright,
In
so,
the span of 4 games, I got 2 golden cows.
alright, let's just jump in and let's start. And as we go through, I'll talk you through a few things.
Okay. Not enough teams.
Is
Whoa.
that a Sen? That's a Sen. Join
Yeah.
up quick. And we're gonna have you rushing an advanced fusion on Comet Catcher.
Oh, damn. I haven't been practicing. I
That's
intended to
fine.
practice.
That's fine.
But apparently the differences between core and ARM didn't really matter.
I've heard that. Um, so obviously no military units. Don't take
Yeah.
mexes past halfway on the map. You shouldn't need to anyway. I mean, if they're untaken, it should be fine. Thank you. And yeah.
I know you did some testing on this. What's your preferred starting position?
My preferred starting position.
Yeah. Do you start
Um,
in the middle or on the side of the map?
Well, so
Because
my general idea, look, the problem with starting on the side of the map is you're just away from all the metal production. And so if you're trying to get as much resources as fast as possible to build something as fast as possible, you're just gonna have fewer mexes at your disposal.
Yeah, but I do. Well, I do like the expansion paths, but yeah,
Yeah,
you're farther away from the other half of the Maxes.
yeah. And I know there's some variation on like number of mechs for starts. Um, I think as far as I could test, fewer than 2 mechs, you just run out of resources and you don't have enough. But other people would do differently. Um,
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, let's go for it. The faster you do this run, and let's stop when whoever gets the advanced fusion first. Whoever gets gets it, we'll just stop it there and we'll have a look at the replay and compare some things.
Yeah, sure.
I have no idea if this is going to work well as a format for this, but given how many games I've played of this, I'm hoping I'll be able to share some of my acquired wisdom.
I think my very last attempt was something about 13 minutes.
13.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think that was my last attempt, but I haven't tried in a very long time.
Okay. Okay.
And there was so much room to optimize.
Oh yes. Let me open up my graphs because it's going to be useful. Also,
Yeah,
let's see.
probably.
And DrSen,
I've downloaded you.
Evil, you have 230 energy excess.
Yeah.
I see you've both gone
know.
for a vehicle factory.
Oh, don't. Should have anticipated that.
Come on, why did it not put that on? Mistake.
That moment where you're just waiting there, that would be a good moment, LRL, to you to just work on your commander queue or something that has a short queue. Just add something to the queue while you're idle. You two are neck and neck in metal produced. Which is really interesting.
It's another mistake I made. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm a bit hazy. I just woke up, so. I won't see the best play of me. From me.
That's okay.
Ooh, that's also another mistake. Too short of a queue. I need to start pumping these bad boys. It's a bit annoying getting across the halfway mark because these mixes are like way easier for me to get than going like this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make the build too optimal. Okay.
Yeah, here is my biggest struggle from my last attempts again.
Yeah, the energy production.
Yeah, scaling your energy production.
Okay, here's one tip. Your
build power requirement.
Your T2 factory costs very little energy and very little build power. So by building those construction turrets while you build the factory, you slow your factory down, and so you've got a lot of builders right now that are that aren't producing much. My stats widget broke. Which is really frustrating.
Yeah, I've downloaded your widgets. I have to tinker with them. I haven't really found how to properly use them. Do you go T2 on some maxes?
Say again?
I don't think so. Are you making T2 maxes or not?
No.
Just
no, and you go
fusions.
straight to advanced fusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to build a fusion just because it simply takes too long for, like...
Build power costs too high, yeah?
It simply takes too long to put it up.
And I need more ace overs.
I don't think so, actually. Maybe it would help a little, but your advanced fusion actually costs very little energy. And so what you're doing...
I definitely need...
If you actually select your advanced fusion and press spacebar, take a look at it. You've actually got more metal you need. You're more starving on metal at the moment than energy, because DrSen, your ETA for metal is about 80 seconds now, and and your ETA for energy is about 60 seconds. So by building more solars, you're actually slowing down your advanced fusion on metal income. Now, totally, you could just reclaim the factory for that extra metal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm floating metal at the moment, and I was like, I still have my factory, so...
Yeah.
I need a way to... Oh, this one didn't queue back. That's a mistake. This one either.
I'm making too many skilling mistakes also. I didn't build enough build power because I was stalling on E. But I think I could get like a sub 10 minutes. It seems possible.
I think
so. If you put all your construction turrets on building con turrets as fast as possible right now, that would speed you up a bit. Because right now what you're doing
True.
is you've got a lot of energy and storage, which could be con turrets, that could be like building stuff immediately. And partly you'll notice it's taking you a really long time to put up your con turrets simply because you're driving around to each new con turret location.
Yep, I am. Yeah, I'm just gonna post in it. I have enough storage to this.
Yeah.
I just need to spend it.
Alright.
It's actually gonna be...
pause.
Yeah, sub 10.
Yeah, it's gonna be sub 10. It's gonna be about 9.5 minutes. We've just finished DrSen's Advanced Fusion. So, just...
Yeah, mine finished at 8:40, I think, or 8:50. 8:50 should be.
Yeah.
Just quite frankly, didn't build enough BP. I could probably get like a 840, I think.
Definitely. But so let's go over a few things first.
Yeah.
Widgets aren't working, so I'll just ignore build power and stuff. Both of you, if we look at this, we've got 2,000 metal and storage for our LTU. We have, again, 2,000 metal and storage for DrSen. So you guys have way more metal than you need to complete this. So, for example, DrSen, you pretty much didn't need to actually reclaim that advanced factory in this case. If you just built some fewer solars, you would have had enough resources to just build that without reclaiming the factory. In fact, both of you had, like, Air LTU didn't even reclaim his. But let me walk you through a few things in the replay. Just like early optimizations.
Yeah, sure.
Now, obviously, DrSen, you've got you accessed a little bit of energy because you built the solar before walking over to the factory. And then you stored a bit of energy. Both of you stored energy because you were boosting the factory.
Yeah, it was a mistake. I should have put my commander on low priority.
Yeah.
And actually should have been...
Actually, what you should have done... Yeah, so if we speed up to about here, the first thing you want to take note of is this factory is using 76 energy to build constructors. So before you boost the factory, you definitely want 76 energy production. Just straight up. Yeah. But you probably actually want more than that because you want enough for your commander to boost it as well. And you see your commander's using like 144. So actually...
I think it was 120 I was pulling.
Yeah. So actually, when it comes down to it, your commander can't really do that much boosting. And if he wants to do boosting, then he has to build solars, right? In order to do that. But you build solars, and once you get past about... I guess you could aim for... you have 3 mexes here, you probably want 1.5 solas per mex in order to use up all your energy production. Probably more than that. Let's say 2 solas per mex to use all your energy production to match your metal production with a little bit of extra to play with. So you can aim for, with these mexes, you go for immediately like 4 more solas here that you build, and then as soon as you have energy to boost out a constructor, say, or don't even do that initially. This constructor, you can boost out this constructor and have the constructor assist the factory or go out and get you more metal. Or what you do is, because your constructor will be able to assist the factory, stick your constructor in the factory, and once you have those 6 solas, then your commander can go out and walk.
Yeah. You would walk that way.
Well, that was just a random direction.
Yeah, okay. I would do a tiny walk in the upwards direction. Like just a small circle taking 3 mexes. Something
you both might have noticed is that from this start position, the distance to all these metal extractors is actually really far. Like, it's really far from all of them. And so, for example, building a factory here is closer to this one. Or like the one start point that you're close to is actually over here. And so aiming the factory towards that is a really good idea.
It is aimed.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah, but it's still handy to point out.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's still handy to point that out.
Oh yeah, okay.
I didn't actively think about that.
I did.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I need to get to metal quickly because AFUS is a lot of metal.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wouldn't struggle too hard on energy production. The plan was basically to overproduce E into storages and then eat as much solar as possible to fund AFUS. I just made too many mistakes on macro scaling.
Here's something here, RLTU. This constructor assisting the factory, and you have... like, you're not using all your metal that you're producing. So if you had more build power on the factory, you'd build faster. So maybe once you build your solars, you can stick your commander in the factory.
Fair enough.
At
I just
least
wanted
for
to start expanding with the com quickly enough since they build power.
Well, the other thing is that your construction vehicle drives a lot faster than the commander.
True. But it doesn't build as fast. That's another thing.
No, it doesn't.
Like, there was a lot of more dense mexes in the middle, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna stick my com there. It's gonna claim the mexes faster, and over time I'm gonna snowball better than vehicles. To say that, at least.
So what I'd say, in order to use this to get stuff as soon as possible, then you just stick more cons in the factory. And possibly, you can decide, it's like, okay, I don't need all these cons. Just build fewer cons and expand with fewer cons, so that you have them on the factory. You had more metal than you needed, so you don't need to expand as fast with your cons. Same thing with you, DrSen. You had more metal than you needed, so maybe you don't need to expand with as many cons. Particularly good point is this con going out here. That one has to drive especially far to get to this mix. And so that's really
The only reason I sent that one out was like I was stalling on metal.
Yeah.
I didn't have a large enough metal income.
Yeah.
So I thought I just need to send out another one.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like I'm mentioning 2 things and I might just overwhelm you. What I probably want both of you to do is focus on keeping more build power here at the factory as one thing. The other thing I want you to focus on is minimize your travel distances. Driving past another mech, that's a really long distance that you have to go. For example, but also base layout. Keep in mind your base layout, RLTU, you were walking between con turrets at the end of the game. Try not to do that. Focus on those 2 things. Let's do another run. Hopefully this will be better.
resign, I guess. Or actually, wait, stop site. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because
Hope
it's
you're reading.
ranked. Yeah.
Yeah, frankly, a lot of my issues at first came down to not queuing enough mexes. I didn't expect them to get built that fast. And just build power in the base. I think I got like a 9-minute next run. Let's go.
I'm still convinced core is better.
Uh,
Build time on your AFUS is quite OP.
I also like the idea of core simply because I can get energy for less metal, which means I can spend more metal.
The good news is you can get benefits from this session, whichever faction you choose.
Oh, absolutely. It's just scaling, really. Alright, so we do one of these, leave a gap there just in case I do decide to do something dumb. There we go.
With the build power thing, you also want to keep in mind, once you're using up your resources, you don't want to build power too fast. So at some point you're going to want to stop building build power and start building your energy, like your solars and your and your advanced solars. And then
I didn't build that source at all, by the way. I didn't see the point of advanced solars though. They take too much to make for not enough payout. Like I can quicker get the return from basic solars than the advanced solars.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Also keep in mind, for example, your T2 factory doesn't cost a lot of energy, it costs a lot of metal. But the most crucial to what we're focusing on right now is build power. It doesn't cost a lot of build power. So if you don't build a lot of build power and suddenly you've got extra resources, that could be a good time to build your T2 factory.
Alright, let's put the volume up on the music and let's lock in.
Nice.
I went ARM again. Okay.
I think it's cool. ARM vs Core rivalry, especially because ARM is blue and Core is red. It's perfect.
Perfect indeed.
Then you went for the 2-max start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it might be worth trying.
How come? What do you think the benefit of it will be?
Making a constructor sooner allows you to expand faster, scales your BP more effectively.
Yeah, you're able to use up your metal sooner, so that metal gives you value sooner. So even if you have metal, the metal you have is more valuable. You can say it as.
Okay, tap that a little bit, and then do this. Yes.
Yeah. Remember how I said you'd
do this.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, Sen, and pay attention to your resource production, Sen. Your when you're gonna start coming up with resources and storage.
Oh, come idling, not good.
Do you make an energy storage on this map?
I did.
That could be worth it.
I can't
It
remember.
is, I think, because then you can reclaim.
And then boost out your AFUS with that energy storage. Allows you to reclaim your solars.
Okay, RLTU, see how your commander, it's like using, like it's stalling a little bit building that? Keep the con there, walk your commander away.
Oh, I've made a
No,
mistake.
don't send the constructor away, keep it at the factory, and walk the commander away.
Yeah, this was...
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. I blundered it, but might as well commit to it now.
Sen, you really didn't gain much value by putting those cons back on the factory. Just finish the solar faster, you've got more metal, and then you more energy from the solar, and then you'll be able to finish the con faster.
Yeah, I had one con boosting the lab because it came out, and I should have queued it to the solar.
RLTU, your metal stalling, which is slowing down all your expanding cons, and just going to get your metal production slower.
It's okay, I think. Yeah, now we're going. I'm going, no. Go, 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 go. Do this. You do that. If this happens, I want you
Not
to
listening.
do this. These are expanding fine. Can probably queue a little bit longer. This one has a queue, right? Yep.
Those con farthing, DrSen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's start actually gaming. Up. What I'm doing is the commander, come on! I'm throwing. Okay.
It's a mistake. Energy limits to my factory. I think you make an energy storage to improve this.
Okay, wait, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. It's gonna stall a bit of E, but that's fine.
Going to try this.
Oh, this gun is gonna be really bad pathing in a bit. That's not ideal.
I couldn't go past the midway point of the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Halfway point. Hmm.
I think my best run ever so slightly does. But my current one that's on the leaderboard doesn't actually go past the midway on the map.
Okay.
Okay, do this. They're good. You start making me this. Can probably pop the blueprint now. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah.
This is a really solid run, Stan.
Yeah, decent one. Just needs.
What have I stumbled into?
So there's this
How am
challenge,
I wasting
fastest
metal
advanced
still?
fusion on Comet Catcher.
Oh, that escalated a bit quickly, not gonna lie.
I don't know if that was worth it.
Do you know what your fastest time here is, Sen?
On this AFUS.
Yeah.
Last game was my fastest time, so it was like
Okay.
8:50, I think.
Okay. You're gonna beat that. Pretty handily.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat that.
RL to you, I wouldn't reclaim souls when you're energy stalling and have flush metal.
Yeah. Yeah. I underbuilt. I freaking underbuilt. Damn it.
So do you often host the like actual academy training sessions?
Yeah,
around this
weekly.
time?
This is a more experimental one, but yeah, every week this
I can
time.
see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
Okay.
that'd be really interesting. I'd
Battle
really like
paused.
to. Well done.
So
I need a
that
second e-storage.
energy excess. No, I don't think you do really need another energy storage.
Then I need another advanced solar. By the end, I was just stalling on energy.
Yeah.
48k, this is 6k. Oh, hold on. I need to run some F and I want to retry without any pointers. I have an idea.
You want to just retry without any pointers?
For me, yes. Because
Okay.
I see what I'm doing bad. I just need to like fix my stuff.
What do you
I would
what
like
would
some
you
information.
say what would you say is going wrong for you?
For me, I built definitely too many e-storages at the start. I basically stalled myself on metal doing that.
Yeah.
Definitely the pointer you gave with the con versus commander boosting.
Yeah.
Definitely had some pathing issues at the very end, although that wasn't that big of an issue since I was still overflowing metal.
Yeah.
And just energy production, I underbuilt E production at the end.
Yes, definitely.
But I have a worthwhile idea. How much energy does a Cortex Safest cost again? 48k, right?
Started.
Yeah, 48k.
Okay.
You'll actually be really interested
that's
to know
8.
RLTU.
Hold on.
Sen expanded with a
175.
grand total of 1 vehicle constructor and 1 commander. You were expanding with 4 constructors, and
Oh.
he was ahead in metal. Why do
It's
I
because
code
of the
bugs
2
like
max
that?
start, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think my pathing with
Okay,
my commander could have been more optimal.
The 3 mixes at 2.3.
One of the reasons for the delay, if we actually, where's metal produced?
200 seconds, which is 3 minutes to fund the storages plus solars. Okay. I got it, I think.
I was expecting this to be about the same, but let's look at this point, about 2 minutes 24, about what point
Also, hold
yeah?
on. Belle, can you restart your stream? It's a bit blurry.
Yeah, it's quite bad.
Stream quality. My stream's a bit
It
blurry.
should be in HD, but it isn't.
Yeah,
think.
sometimes that happens, I don't know why.
It's Discord optimizing streams so they don't push servers. Basically, just gotta restart to get priority again. They
Yeah.
push high quality streaming to partnered servers first. That's why.
Right.
Battle started.
So yeah, adding on mechs is really fast in comparison here.
Yeah, I think I was sending my commander around to do a short loop, but I extended my loop, and I should have just sent it around the canyon in front of me, like the crater.
Just around this one, so just around that line.
That was my first idea, but it was too
Okay.
short, so I extended it.
Can I see
think-
Sen's queue actually for the commander, please? I just wanna
Sense
check
queue.
something.
So this is the initial
Yeah.
queue. those mexes there. And then he initially changes it, then he changes it to that queue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, wouldn't it make sense to just directly go into middle and take the very close mixes since the walking time is the calm? Like, from the third max directly in instead of going the loop north? Wouldn't that optimize walking times?
I think going even further than I went is more optimal.
I'm not sure what you mean. So after he goes here, where does he go?
So look from his slab, the first max north,
Yeah.
yes, and then from there goes directly towards the middle maxes because they're more closer together, and then goes for the loop of the 5.
There's a bit of problem.
So draw
that
a
this
horizontal line
distance
towards me from there.
Is a lot longer than that line there. And if I could just get my widgets to work.
But that's the thing, right? Is he does have shorter walking time north, but then he doesn't claim the close together maxes, and it slows him down on calm walking times. Because, like, sure, you lose a bit of time of the max working if you go north, but in exchange, you are able to put the maxes down faster, so in the long run, you still make more metal, no?
You do, I think, technically, but let's just see.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a drawing, so I shared my screen. So, what I think RLTU means is like doing this, because these clusters over here are quite close to each other.
I was actually so you see the 3? Yeah, you just drew the line through, like 2 maxes on your con right now, then the one closest, then towards the middle of 3, and then yeah, the 4th one, and then down. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Well, let's look at this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maxes, and that's going to take you 2,500 distance approximately. 1, 2. Wait. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4 maxes is 2,500. 1, 2, 3, 4 maxes. That's actually much shorter to get to the 4th max overall. So this is actually a much shorter path, even though it looks longer.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have to look at your screen, which is a shorter
But
path.
what I'd probably say to you, Sen, is you have your constructors coming out of the factory, and then he comes like over here and then over here. That's a really long distance for those first 2 maxes. That's like 1,400. If you had your factory over here, for example, you built that, you've still got a similarly efficient line for your commander, say, but, or like there are different lines, but those 2 maxes, significantly shorter for the constructor. That's that's 1450, and then depending on where you put your factory, because remember you can put your factory as close to the run as possible, that's much as like 1100. That saves you significant amount of time, which would be more metal produced. This is also like a really long gap up there and another gap up there. In comparison, this is a much shorter path, but that's probably not what's slowing you down. RLTU, I'd probably say it's like all this resource here, like that 175 energy. Oh, you know?
I know I did it wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
As I said, I know what I need to optimize. I just need to do it correctly.
Yeah. This was a pretty good. Distribution of like build power, building energy from DrSen. The problem, I would say, is you go into a con turret, and then your con's idle for one, but also you go into a con turret, you empty your energy bar, and then you have a bunch of metal that you can't use because you don't have energy. Drop another solar after the con turret, and then go for your advanced solar. That'll get you more faster. And especially just don't have that guard on the factory. I mean, I guess you're planning for that.
Yeah, I wasn't anticipating for them to queue to the factory.
Yeah.
But I used space to build a con turret,
Yeah.
and that's why they went back to the factory.
Yeah. Alright. Let's do you both feel like you have tangible things to improve on? I feel like it didn't necessarily give Sen a lot of like high quality things to improve on there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
mostly
that
the
sounds-
placement of my where I start,
Yeah.
my starting position, and then the most optimal
Yeah.
path.
Yeah. And you can
Because
also
early on I was really struggling for metal.
Yeah, yeah. You can also
Yeah.
build your factory so that it's like even closer to where you're trying to go. So just edge it over. That'll get the extractor up a couple seconds faster, give you a little bit more metal. I don't think you were that
Yeah.
struggling for metal at the start, DrSen, actually. I think you were fine.
Yeah, I'd like to scale my energy faster. And I think going
Yeah.
into an energy storage before making A-solars would be beneficial.
I don't think so. You...
Yeah.
That just is 1,000, almost 2,000 energy that you can't spend on an advanced solar. Build a solar collector instead and just spend the energy.
Yeah, and I think I need a fourth A-solar. And some better base planning, because my constructors got stuck.
Yes, definitely sort out that base planning. It's losing you a lot of time. Hey, DrSen.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he just in the lobby or is he?
Base
in the
planning
chat?
is very hard. Base planning is very hard to optimize during the game.
Yeah. Well,
But I've
think
got an
think
idea of
about
what
a
to
plan.
try.
How you can lay it out to save that time.
Yeah. Let's try this. I'd like.
Please don't build 60 energy storages.
Battle started.
Then you could edge that factory even further away. You could probably even edge your commander's start position closer to his maxes.
Oh yeah, I've tried to find the middle ground.
Yeah. Do you boost out the constructor?
Yeah. No,
I use
didn't
most of
last
the
time,
energy I have
'cause I
before I
didn't-
spawn, and yeah.
If you don't boost out the constructor,
didn't
you
have-
only need
no.
to be
Yo,
touching
yo.
the corner of the... You only need to be touching the corner of the
maxes.
factory. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I boosted it out last time.
Yeah.
I think I was stalling. I spent all my metal on a solar. And then I overflowed a small bit of energy and then... How big of a loop do I need? That's it.
Tap that, and then do this before it stall. Yes. Gaming.
Then notice how you've got like a ton of energy in storage. Maybe you
Yeah.
only need those... Maybe you only need 3 solars in the factory. That would give you
Yeah.
plus 90 energy per second. I think that should be fine for starters. And then you can add on another one later.
Yeah, I could walk to my first max and then make a solar. If needed.
That should be fine, Ariel, to you. You're not running into Sen at all.
So, you normally you normally, sorry to go back to that bigger question than AFUS's, do you normally run coaching sessions around this time for
Yeah.
like on Thursdays,
Yeah.
like our time?
Yeah.
Yeah, rightio.
That's a stupid mistake.
Maybe I'll just type in spec chat so I'm not distracted.
No, that's fine.
No problem, no problem. I can listen and do my thing at the same time.
Nice.
If nothing else is funny, Ariel, to you.
It might work. I'm trying to do something I haven't done before,
Okay.
and I'm just curious on how it works out. That's all.
Okay. Great. Curiosity is great.
This is like me optimizing the Legion build orders back in the day.
Seems like you have, like, maybe a bit too much build power, Sen, if you're stalling like that. Either that or you need to build, like,
Yes,
just
but-
one more solar before you build that advanced fusion.
This ain't perfect. Oh well.
Okay, I'm gonna need to do this fast now. Yep, that's a mistake. Oh damn, your commander's already done. That's not good.
Don't go there. Sen's got mexes there.
Yeah.
That first mex you have
Yeah.
queued, Sen has a mex there.
Yeah, all good, all good, all
You
good.
get disqualified if you kill the mex. Okay, RLT is disqualified.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? But that's on my side, no?
It's fine.
I
Dude,
don't know.
It was fine
Wait, what
until
are the
you
rules?
decided to go over there. Because the official challenge is like single player. The idea is like don't actually kill enemy mexes. But he just killed one.
Oh,
But like he was on my side, how can I not do that? God damn it, the debate.
Them factory guards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so annoying.
wait, sorry, what's the... What do you mean by single player?
So there's a challenge for single player get an advanced fusion on this map as fast as you can.
Oh,
Then you're bleeding a lot of energy. You can use more build power now.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And so I'm just running these two players in the same game at the same time, so it can help both of them. You're not saving up enough energy and storage by the time you start building those energy intensive stuff, Sen. And so you're like massively stalling on build power every time you go and build one.
Yeah. Yeah, this ain't balanced. Last time was better.
Yeah.
This is actually quite balanced. Could use one
Yeah.
more construction turret.
The problem is you're now
Okay,
wasting more
I'm
time
ready.
trying to build it than
Yeah,
yeah. So you need to save up more energy and storage before you do that.
yeah. It's going to be
Okay,
later, I
okay,
think.
okay, okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, and now you do this. Boom. And then we do this. Boom. Yes. And now you eat all of this. You eat all of this. You help this guy build. Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, this is my
Ah, not enough build power.
Lowest.
Dang it.
this is my slowest one, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Which is actually crazy.
I don't think
Oof,
so.
9 minutes.
Battle paused.
Yeah.
9 minutes.
Already?
and 3 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
damn. I don't know build power. I had a good strat going though.
so
God
Sen,
damn
there are a few major things that I'd say went wrong.
Yeah,
Number one is this build time stall, especially towards the end. Spend a lot of time building things that weren't super useful. Like you built an extra advanced solar right at the end. Probably better to build it earlier, for example. And in terms of metal produced, you clearly had enough metal produced.
yeah.
This is so annoying. I need my widgets to work because
Just do a quick restart of your game.
Let's try this. Okay, that's working. There we go. I went back into an old enough. I've been tinkering with my widget code. So yeah, so Sen, I think the biggest thing is that you just spent a lot of time just not being able to build because you were out of energy and you couldn't build stuff. That's on the order of like 40,000. Like that time, if we add up your constructors, you've got 7 con turrets, that's 14,000 build power, plus 1,700, that's 1,700, it's about 2,000, and then 9 of those is probably just shy of 3,000. So that is a good, 15 seconds, just in terms of this amount of build power that you have lost by your build power trying to build something that it can't build.
Yeah.
And so all of that is spread throughout the game. I think in terms of metal production, you were fine. You had plenty of
I
metal production.
overproduced, I think.
That's fair to say. You overproduced, you had extra metal at the end of the game, and I think it would be fair to say you'd probably save more time sending your comm back there.
Yeah.
How long would it take your comm to reclaim the factory on its own? That would be about 60 seconds. Just as a rough approximation, it's gonna take your commander 95 seconds to travel that distance plus about 36 seconds. So it's probably gonna take your comm about like 2 minutes to build all those. Whereas if like you walk your comm straight over there, it's gonna take like less than a minute. And so you gain enough time to reclaim that entire factory, which is probably worth more metal than this. In fact, you could, I'm not sure exactly how much metal those are worth, but you could probably cut off slightly more, depending on how early those metal extractors were built and how much time you spent there at the advanced fusion. Similar thing with this constructor, he just built too many. You'd save even more time with that one. And RLT, the problem with I understand that energy storages are kind of an attractive idea, because it's like, oh, if I just store up the resources, then it'll be fine. The problem is that you spend those time building those storages when you have like a couple constructors, right? So it takes you a really long time to build those storages.
Yeah.
By
I'm
the
just
time,
underrating that part at this point, but the setup was actually incredibly good from what I'm seeing. Like, for what I was doing, the setup was good.
what I would do is I would just do it without the storages. Because have a look at this. Energy and storage. It was
Yeah.
a good 7 minutes into the game before you ever had enough energy to make use of those storages. So that means for like this entire period of the game, what you could have had instead of the storages was a bunch of extra solars and a bunch of extra contarts. And because you had the extra contarts and solars, you would have been able to build even more solars and contarts. And you would have had so many solars and contarts that you could have just used all that energy rather than storing it up.
Okay, fair enough.
Because the other thing is, like, at the end of the game, like, the longer you wait to use the resources, the more build power it, like, because if you build your construction turrets earlier, they can use more resources, which means you have to store less. And the earlier you build your contarts, the fewer contarts you need, because they spend more resources per contart and do more of the work of the advanced fusion. And so you just don't need more contarts. Of course, you don't want to build them too early, but let's try just without the storages at all. You'll get a much faster time.
I still want to try one more run with the storages before
Okay.
I change something.
What I would say is don't build the storages until you have too much energy. That's
Yeah,
when I will
good
allow
point.
you to build. Don't build the storages until you have something to store.
Sure.
And try whenever you can to use the resources rather than storing it, okay?
Can I ask what the logic of an E storage is compared to an A solar?
E-storage, my logic is that an e-storage allows me to reclaim the solars for metal to fund AFUS.
But why don't A solars do that? Given they also create, because you're not creating any storage with, you're not creating any resources when you spend money on a storage, but you are creating resources when you spend money on an A solar.
Sure, but the e-storages allow me to spend the resources I already have inside of the solars.
The
That's the
problem,
idea, at least.
I think the problem with that,
Well, I'm not arguing. I just don't understand the logic of why an A solar doesn't do that.
Battle started.
Like, I watched a stream of this like 2 months ago. I can't even remember what the build was. But so like you know more about this than me. Do you make them, Sen?
At this point, I haven't made an.
No.
I've only in one game I've made an e-storage because I was overflowing energy, and if you capture that energy, it allows you to build conturrets more effectively.
I think you
but
have
this
enough
is-
storage because like your storage for most of the game is going to be somewhere around 2,000. That's most of the energy you spend
Yeah.
on a Contart because a Contart's about 3,000 energy. So I think you have enough storage for that already.
Battle started.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, experiment with if you think East or make a solar.
But
And
I
then
actually
if you
think
can't keep your E, and then it makes it easy to just make more Contars potentially. Like, I don't know, I genuinely don't know.
Yeah. But I think I just need a fourth A solar instead of an E storage.
Hmm.
Yeah, in my head that makes a little bit more conceptual sense because you're
I actually think, Sen, you'd do better with an e-storage. Because you were accessing energy when you built your T2 factory.
Yeah.
And so there's like short of just having more metal available so that you don't need to like stall on your factory, and so you can use that energy, you store it up, and then you'll be able to bang out a bunch of Contarts really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
and
guess
that's
you
it.
can reclaim e-storages as well, right? If you're stalling.
Not worth the time, because
Like
that's the other thing.
Afterwards.
Well, it's not worth the time. The other thing you have to think about in order to reclaim a solar collector, for example, it takes a construction vehicle. It takes a construction vehicle somewhere around 28 seconds to reclaim a solar collector. That is that's a significant amount of time. That's probably around 5 metal per second for the constructor, but which is about what 2 metal extractors makes. 2 metal extractors are significantly cheaper than a constructor. And so, not just that, it's not just you need the constructor reclaim, you also need an advanced solar you need an energy storage to store up energy so that you're able to reclaim the solar, which jacks up the price of it even more. So ultimately it just becomes so much cheaper to just build more mexes. And RLTU had more than enough metal anyway, so he didn't need to be reclaiming any of the solars. If he really wants to go in on reclaiming the solars as metal production instead of metal extractors, he needs to stop building so many metal extractors. In which case he might not have enough metal to build the solars in the first place.
Oh man, this pathfinding. It's horrible.
Yeah, it really is. And similarly, you can think it's like, okay, you've got a bunch of metal in storage now. That could be a bunch of solars and Contarts. And you could build them rather than reclaiming the factory. And then you'd get your storages up faster. And then you'd have more resources to store in those storages.
Yeah, this feels good, honestly. This feels very, very good. Starting to not be able to spend metal in time though, which means I should probably start scaling BP.
A close one. Oh damn. Like this. I hope this works.
It's looking pretty good, RLTU, honestly.
Fat boy nerf.
Then don't idle reclaim factory. That was a massive stall there.
Yeah.
For those constructors, that was like a good 15 seconds stall. This is a better time to have your comm come back. Build construction turrets rather than reclaiming the factory. Reclaim the factory only when you run out of metal.
Yeah.
You lost a lot of time there repairing and reclaiming the factory as well. That's the other thing you don't want to do. If you don't reclaim the factory, then you don't have to worry about your constructors auto-repairing. So just bang those construction turrets out as fast as possible now.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
to you,
made a
RL to
few.
you, yeah.
Dumb mistakes this game. Actually, how many con turrets do I need?
You know what? Let's go.
Well, if you build more, it gets done faster, Sen, right?
Yeah.
Although
Yeah, but I was
you're sort
wondering,
of
I have
running
no
out of energy
commander.
now. Actually, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm running out of energy.
Okay. Well,
And I was counting on having my commander
we'll reclaim
boosting the Zephyrs,
the factory for metal now,
and now
and then
I reclaim. And this
Yeah.
was the plan, like just min-max it.
yeah.
Maximum min-max.
This is actually pretty good.
if I get rid of my prior mistakes,
Yeah,
it would be a really fast
Yeah.
AFUS, I think.
would be, yes,
I may even want another solar.
possibly.
Yeah, I think I need one.
This isn't gonna beat your best run, but this is gonna be pretty close.
Yeah. If I just now we've got a build, now I know how to manage some of the pathfinding. It's down to execution from this point on.
RLTU, this is shaping up to be your best run, actually.
Will be.
Battle paused.
Oh,
Nice.
This is my best run, I think.
I think it actually... It best technically, maybe, but I think it equals your previous best of about 838.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought my first run was like 850.
yeah.
So I need 12 solars and 3 A solars with 1 storage.
RLTU,
time.
you're probably gonna be a little bit short on metal and energy to make the 9-minute cutoff, but you are gonna be really close.
Oh, I'm not. My construction unit got the lab at that point to 15%. I can almost instantly reclaim it.
Yeah, but
I will be
you're also short on energy.
No, I'm using like 3 more energy than I'm producing. It's fine.
Yeah, but looking at it, it's gonna take you at least 25 seconds worth to produce the energy needed for the advanced fusion, which is gonna put you about 9. We can run it. Let's run it till that advanced fusion finishes, just to see.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
this
sure.
is by
Let's
far
go.
your best run.
Battle started.
We both did it.
Yeah. It's gonna be about 10 seconds past.
Yeah, I never stalled energy, as I said. Like, I was.
Yeah.
I specifically made it in
Yeah.
a way where I'm just using enough.
Yeah, well, 9:13, and that's
I
kind
need
of what I
to
say. It's not quite a sub 9 because it was just going to take you a
Yeah.
little bit more time. That was a really good. That was pretty good. The one thing I want to point out though, if you look at my screen,
Hold on.
pretty much the entire game, your peak energy and storage is 343. And so let's actually run this back. I want to check what your peak when you had that spike of energy and storage. When was that? Why did that happen? How can we avoid that? And then you just don't need to build 2 of the storages, right? Which saves you a bunch of time. So let's see if we can find that for you.
By the way, your stream again, blurry.
I'll refresh it for you.
So, I had another question.
Yeah.
Do you prioritize constructors or turrets?
Battle started.
For a bit,
for me,
constructors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I need to shave off another minute of my time for
Yeah.
the world record. So is that
Yeah.
purely down to execution?
There's a bunch of
I don't think
Thanks.
so.
so
I see where I could probably do it. I don't go for the second storage right off the bat. I
Yeah.
go for 2 more turrets.
Yeah.
And then just spend it all on solars instead of the lab. I get the lab down
Yeah.
later, and I should be fine,
Well,
I think.
I don't mind the time that you're getting down the lab, honestly. Let's not worry about that. The one thing I want you to worry about 2 things. Firstly, you didn't need the storages until now. And when you have the storages now, what you actually need is to drop con turrets so that you can boost this out faster and reclaim this as fast as possible. That's what you should be doing right now. Now it's like, so if these con turrets all spent on con turrets, each of them can spend like 100 energy on a con turret at a time. You've got 6 of them. That can spend your entire production. You have no reason to end up with any energy and storage right here. Which means for those couple spikes you had earlier in the game, you only really need this one. You definitely don't need all of those.
Okay.
So let's focus on that. And if you can, try to avoid those other spikes as well so we can get rid of this as well. Ideally we get rid of all 3, but for now we'll just get rid of those 2, and we'll get the con turrets down as soon as possible here so that we can build this as fast as possible.
Alright.
Keep in mind, you only really need the energy for the con turrets, not for the advanced fusion. The advanced fusion doesn't cost that much energy.
48k is a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, compared to the amount you spend on constructors in total, you spent 32,000 on constructors. If we count all of them, 36,000, 37,000. That's where most of your energy is actually going in a good, highly optimized run. Let's look at Sen, for example. Let's look at all his constructors. He spent 43,000 on constructors.
Okay.
He could spend more, and yeah. So, Sen, let's look at what you can do.
I think I've got quite a good idea on what to do. It's beyond just planning my economy a little better. It's mainly pathfinding of my constructors.
Yeah. And so partly with that, let's
Battle
address that
started.
pathfinding issue. What's going on with your pathfinding?
Yeah.
Why is it difficult for you? So one thing I'm seeing here,
They all start to bump into one another.
let's turn factory guard off so that all your constructors can just go here and then build. Let's do that as a start.
Okay.
Next thing, when do they start to bump into each other? Right there. Just build it out there.
Yeah.
And
that
then,
one was an experiment.
and
I
the
built
other
it,
thing you can do,
Yeah, that one was an experiment. I was thinking of if I move them back now, they've got more space to work, and
Yeah.
maybe it reduces the bumping into one another. But no, it didn't solve the problem.
how I often solved this problem, you build one as close to this constructor as you can, and you build them close to the edge, and then you build one past it. And then you won't have to worry about them going on top of the blueprint, because you built a wall that they can't go past, and then all your blueprints are on the other side. You do run out of space pretty quickly doing that. The other thing you can do is just build in a line this way, and just keep them gradually moving that way. You do lose a little bit of walking time that way, but that spreads things out more, and again, you don't have to worry about them running into each other. You've also got like a bunch of resources that are bunching up in storage here. You could have probably delayed these solars a little bit and spent like a little bit more time boosting out cons earlier. Like you've got 1,000 energy in storage here, right? 1,000 energy is half of this constructor. How long did it take you to build that constructor? It's probably somewhere around, that's probably around 500, 600 build power. Probably took you around,
Yeah, it would just take a few additional
7 seconds. That's 3 seconds faster you could have had that saved.
Yeah.
And then the next constructor after that will also come out 3 seconds faster. So those 3 seconds are saved for every construction, like, past that point, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, bunch of savings. And then if you're saving, like, you're probably losing, like, 5 to 10 seconds on this walk of shame around the factory. If you cut that down to, like, 3-4 seconds. Yeah. What I do, I turn factory guard off and give the factory either a command to guard itself or a command to guard the constructors, depending on whether I want them to be assisting the factory or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I'll get you to do those optimizations. RLTU, 1 storage, and see if you can just keep your energy in storage as low as possible. Those are the 2 things we want to get you to do. Let's do another run.
Yeah. I'm testing one thing in skirmish real quick, hold on. I want to see how that affects things.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but if I do this... Still kills it. Okay. And then joining.
You changed clans. You're APM now.
Yep.
I got a quick question. How do I know how much max metal conturret uses?
You don't.
You don't. It depends. It depends heavily on what you're building. And so if you have a build that you're trying to refine, you can go and specifically go, okay, a con turret uses about 4 metal per second building in advanced fusion and about 30 energy per second. Something about that. I can't remember the exact numbers. You have to memorize it per thing that you're doing. And so if you have a hyper optimized build, then you do that. Other than that, you just do it from feel. It's good to memorize if you play it very frequently. If you don't play it frequently enough to memorize things, then there's no point memorizing it. Just get the feel of it.
No, I got you. I was just wondering if there was like a max metal a con turret can spend or not.
Yeah,
But it's
no.
different per or whatever, right? Gotcha. That was the only question I had. Thanks.
Okay, let's go.
Got a question in Twitch chat. Do I prioritize constructors because they produce energy? That's not why. If you compared to solars, yes, they're slightly more efficient than solar collectors and construction turrets. But if you for like the energy cost for the energy produced and build power produced by them, but for advanced solars, it's about the same as advanced solars and con turrets. The big benefit of building the constructors rather than the con turrets is that you spend less time like building a constructor, and so it comes online sooner. If it takes you like 20 seconds to build a con turret and 10 seconds to build a constructor, that's an extra 10 seconds of building that constructor does over the construction turret, and that's valuable. It can speed you up, and it can help you balance your economy better. So for example, when I do my run, there's a point at which I boost out approximately 1.3 constructors, because I do not have any resources to boost out any more than that, and I will stall. If I put down a construction turret, it costs about the same, but it doesn't have the energy production on it, and it's too much build power, and I stall. Especially because my factory is also building constructors at the same time. So overall, I built more, and a bunch of different things. The record is 746 by Kuchi and 746 by Kuchi and Chronopolis. I have 749 on the leaderboard, but I actually have a 747 run that I haven't posted anywhere, and I've been putting off trying to see if I can do better than that. Yeah, Sen, that was another comment I wanted to make to you. Sen, you're actually stalling quite a bit.
Yeah, this game I am. I tried something different at my
Okay.
start.
Okay,
'cause
what
I
did you do
noticed
different?
something. My first con
Yeah.
comes out and boosts the lab
Okay.
to get the second con out, because I had some metal left and some energy, and after that second con is built, I send out that constructor.
Okay.
That's path.
You stalled more
And I
resources
made
than you
this
gained.
solar on the way.
Okay, yeah, you
Okay.
stalled more than you gained by doing that, sadly. And you're continuing to stall a bit more, so just don't do that next game.
Yeah, it was an experiment.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe if I get the second constructor out, that saves time compared to.
I have so
not
many
getting
of
that
those failed
constructor.
experiments. It literally took me about 100 runs, including the ones I forgot to queue stuff from my factory, or forgot to queue my constructors to do mexes and all those. It took me about 100 runs to get down to 749. And it took another like 30 or so to get down to 747. So it's taken a huge amount of work and trial and error.
There's some other applications that are policy.
Alright. What I'm seeing, DrSen, is you have a lot of constructors, which is awesome, but you don't have
metal.
You don't have the metal to use them. So that's another reason you needed to send that expanding con out faster.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really true.
Oh, that's a fuck. That's a
On
mistake.
my part, I could restart the run right now.
Yeah. But keep going. See what else you
Yeah,
can
I made
figure
about
out.
a 5-second mistake. Kick.
Is this a first rush?
Oh, that movement. That con movement. Oh. I don't like that.
No.
So one thing you could have done is also just build fewer constructors and just build advanced solars. You don't need that storage because you're
Yeah.
able to use all your energy anyway. So start building advanced
Yeah.
solars rather than
That's
building more
true.
constructors.
Yeah.
And yeah, you wanted to go for the 4 advanced solars this time?
I think
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. It's time to get my factory.
Do note, you
Then
had
we did
you
tap
had
that, we tap that, and then we do this.
Sen,
we do
you've
this.
been
Yeah,
using
look,
your metal your energy so effectively right now. You didn't need that storage until after you'd built all 4 of those advanced solars.
Yeah.
Don't forget to reclaim your T1.
Oh yeah. Didn't notice I was stalling the metal. With this movement now I'm too far away from my factory. It's something to solve in the next run. I think my movement was a little cleaner. That's not optimal.
RLTU, I think this time you built I think this was a better factory completion time for you, but I also think you built fewer solars before T2 last time. That would have also saved you the need to build the... Like, you'd have had the T2 up faster, and you wouldn't have needed to build those storages.
okay.
And now you really should be building con turrets rather than storages, so just build con turrets.
Okay, going. Do this, and he did this, and then do that. Yes!
Build con turrets before you eat that T2. So you've got the build power so you can reclaim the T2 faster.
Oh, good point, good point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sen, you're spending a lot of time building stuff other than con turrets right now. And you've got the energy to build a ton of con turrets. Your com could be helping con turrets too.
How many did I build last game?
About 10, but you could probably afford around 12 this game because you've got more energy production.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. When you run out of metal and energy, then you reclaim the factory, and then you go back to build your con turrets, and then you just boost the don't repair the factory. Then you boost the advanced fusion.
Oh damn.
Reclaim the factory.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Why not make a T2 mix here? It should give more metal.
This is looking like your best run RL to you. You're doing
it is, and it has more storages than usual.
Yeah. You could be building all these con turrets. They could have been completed by now, and you could have been building way faster. You need to boost them out faster.
True.
I'm gonna be right back.
Too many con turrets.
You're from the east hall. You're hanging out 9.5k.
Yeah, I made 12 con turrets, and that's one too many.
I think you should stop on con turrets now for east halling.
How am I producing more energy than this game?
Just rush the AFUS. AFUS is almost done. Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
we need more metal.
RLTU, this is where you stop building, you stop reclaiming solars because you've got enough metal. You stop building con turrets because you don't have enough energy.
I'm not reclaiming solars.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're east halling. Make a solar.
Alright. Okay.
Done!
You won this time! Okay, what happened
Yeah,
this time?
I made a few
Sen?
mistakes near the end. I made a few mistakes near the end. I made one construction
Okay, cut this. More boost here. T2 was fine, storage was fine.
Yeah.
I got this.
Your
this
soul
month.
is before your T2, you can build more after you build it, RLTU. Um,
12 was
Because
too
like
many.
the main thing I tried to do in this one is I was like, okay, I was not using metal fast enough, so I had to do the early T2 lab earlier.
yeah.
What I did instead is I just set a queue for my comp to place like 7 solars after he's done with the mexes instead
Yeah.
of walking him back.
Yeah, yeah, great.
And that actually turned out to be a really good play since I managed to not only use the storages to later boost the AFUS and T2 lab, but at the same time I also didn't install on metal, which was really nice.
So, what
It's the compounding of
happened,
sending out
Sam?
at one constructor later rather than earlier, and then at near the end I started stalling on metal because I made a 12th con turret, which is 200 metal, and
So,
I
looks
started
like
to
my
put energy
estimation
and
was
stuff.
wrong.
It was like that. Some morning.
I'm also too far away from my solars in order to reclaim them.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be fine because you shouldn't have to reclaim them. I think a large part of this was you didn't have enough metal at many points in the game because you delayed that constructor.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that compounded during this game.
Yeah. What's your metal productions from standard? Your metal production is about 57. So your like 30 seconds times a minute, let's say. It's about 1,800 metal. You're also accessing a bunch of metal. I think to a certain extent you could use having
from
a
my
metal
lab
storage
reclaim.
before you reclaim the factory. So if you do metal storage and then you can reclaim the metal storage really quickly. Skip 2 of the construction turrets because you actually stalled energy for a really long time.
Yeah.
What were you doing when you were stalling energy?
Just boosting the AFUS.
So you just had too many.
Mm-hmm.
You had too many construction turrets.
Yeah, but I had a ton of metal. I was floating like over 1k metal. So I don't think it was the biggest problem. Because I was spending all my metal at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made a few too many construction turrets.
It's still a problem because it's like the amount of build power you stalled was about 161,000 build power. That is literally half the build power of the advanced fusion.
Yeah.
Or it's somewhere about that. I think the core one is about 329,000. I can't remember what Armada is.
Battle started.
And so...
I can look it up.
Yeah, well, we'll get to it soon enough. So yeah, there's a lot of time lost stalling already. You can see your graph just going up and up and up and up. Over there.
Yeah, the Armada one is 21,000.
Yeah.
This way of building my construction turrets is a mistake. That's not efficient.
Sam, what I actually optimize with my build is you take one construction vehicle and you just build a circle around it. You sacrifice one of the constructors to just get a circle of contours fast.
The reason why it isn't efficient is because of the movement of my constructors.
True. True. You could build it more out that way or something like that and split them across the 2 sides. It slows you down a bit, but at least you don't walk. You also, these
by the way,
spend a long time repairing this factory, which means you have to spend extra build power again reclaiming it.
I didn't realize that.
I'm a bit curious about the Armada Tier 2 vehicle lab. Can you check the price of the engineer for me, please?
Price of the engineer? 550 metal, 6,800.
No, the other one. Combat engineer.
Combat engineer.
The console.
250 metal, 4,300 energy.
Ooh, okay. What is the BP for it?
150, less than a Contart. So it's more expensive than a Contart.
Okay.
And it built,
That's what I was curious about. I was like, maybe it would be a play to just boost the lab instead of conturrets, so you don't have to move
The only
around.
thing that's more efficient than a conturret is a navy constructor.
If the problem here is you are actually using more energy than you are producing, and then you also build a conturret. You probably could have weathered that out quite fine, because you were only using like 180 metal energy per second more than you are producing, and
Yeah.
yeah, you were only using 180. Like, you could have done that for quite a while. You had what, 8,000 energy in storage or so. You could have done that for a good 40 seconds and you would have been fine. So notice that, don't build the extra conturret, and you would have been fine, I reckon.
Is it possible to do this build without any storage? And do you make a conturret before making your T2 or not?
I might make 1 or 2 conturrets before making the T2, but then I make the T2 so I can start building the advanced fusion, so my conturrets have something to do while I'm e-stalling. Because I'll generally like not have a bunch of energy stored up, and so the conturrets won't boost out as many as you were able to. I'll actually end up having to boost them out slowly over time. Even though I have about the same energy production as you. In fact, it's very similar, the energy production I'd have to you. I just have slightly fewer cons. I think it's about, actually, maybe I have slightly more, like about 756 is what I usually sit at for my top runs.
I think I had 11 cons this run, or 12. What is it?
13.
Oh, 13.
Yeah.
Last game I
Sorry.
had 10.
Yeah.
So 12 is around the way to go.
Yeah.
12, 13.
Yeah. So, DrSen, you know what you're going to work on that game? Next run?
Yeah.
Okay. And RLTU, have I mentioned anything for you? I'm losing track.
He mentioned his off to the toilet.
Oh, okay.
In our chat.
Okay.
Back in a minute.
Rise Heaven
I had a question.
Yeah.
I've been trying to
started.
get an AFUS placed immediately after my con gets built, but every time it just walks out of the factory.
Yeah.
Do I have to queue it immediately when it's built? Because
Yes,
I
you
turned
do.
off factory guard and still... Okay. So the timing of when you place it is important. Because the con doesn't have to move, it just has to place the blueprints.
Yeah. Okay.
That's quite an early e-storage.
Yeah. So if
Yes.
in this case, rather than building, because you're really low on metal, it's like, you're using everything you're producing, it's a great queue for a time to start building your advanced solars, rather than putting it off for another few constructors. Then you're not going to waste your build power, and you're going to get that out. Another queue is you're low on metal and energy at the same time, which means you've got like about 10 times as much energy production as your metal production. That's a perfect time to build your advanced solar. Now, Armada is a little worse than Cortex, so you are going to want to bank up a little bit of energy, but generally you're going to be sitting about that 1 to 10 mark, and so you bank up a little, and then you go for the advanced solar. Like, generally speaking, I start my first advanced solar with 3 constructors. You're doing vehicles, so I think you'd have to go for more constructors, but it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Um,
I think Air is back.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
I was going to say to you, what I've seen here, where's my graphs gone? I hit them behind the advanced layer. There we go. Metal in storage for you. You've always had metal in storage. You've been low on energy in storage. So just make sure you're building like make sure you're building your your solars earlier. Rather, say for example, build your solars before you a few more solars before you build your storage. You've not used the storage since it was built. So keep in mind, it didn't need to be built yet. If you're planning to store stuff in it, build it right before you need to store stuff. You don't need to store stuff in it yet. So you're
I mean, I
not
popped
gonna...
it down since I was quite floating energy,
Yeah.
starting to float energy, and I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna pop the storage down, and
Okay.
then full focus on solars and get the value out of it. So like right here, I'm already using the storage,
Yeah.
like a couple of seconds in.
Okay. What I would say for starters, you're going to build this con turret now and have it help building. You could have had it building earlier, right? Because you had enough metal and energy to build it. Build it instead of the storage. If you're planning on building it. If you're not planning on building more construction turrets, that's when you build your storage. The other thing is, I believe, I guess this game you did store up more energy in your storages, but again, you're building these con turrets. These con turrets could have been built like well before the storages. And maybe you would have only needed 2 con turrets if you built them earlier in order to get the factory done at the same time, which would have actually meant that you had an extra 400 metal. Your factory could have been done already. You wouldn't need to reclaim the solar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing. Look at my commander in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure I overbuilt the amount of solars with the commander here.
Yeah.
I could have probably just not built like 2 solars, and that entire reclaim wouldn't have had to happen. So that was just
Yeah.
a bit of a miscalculation.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. How many solars have you reclaimed? You've only reclaimed like... Pardon me. You've
I only
only
ate one, I
reclaimed
think,
like
or 2.
1 or 2 solars. So if you're going to do the same
Yeah,
build
so
again, just
just not build
skip
the-
3
yeah.
solars. I say 3
Yeah,
because probably 4 actually. If you reclaim 2, that means you spent time reclaiming rather than building. So yeah, just do 3 solars out there and skip those 4 and build the 2 con turrets before you build those. And then build those other 2 con turrets later. Simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah. You both have something to work on this game?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sen, you
Yeah,
ready?
Let's
so-
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go. Rise Heaven in Twitch chat. Why com walking instead of using the build power from the commander? A big part of the reason...
Because I don't have the resources to spend. That's my reasoning, at least. Sorry to
Awesome.
interrupt.
Awesome. I'm glad you answered that for me. I don't have to now.
Sorry.
I mean, alternatively, Rise Heaven, what you could do is you could just delay building your factory until you've got enough, like, until you've built enough metal, like, mexes that you can just set at your com at base indefinitely and then just put up your advanced solars immediately or something like that. That's an alternative. But you have to have the resources for your commander to spend in order to, like, have your commander boosting stuff. Otherwise, there's no point.
And it's so hard to tell what your commander will hit and what your commander won't hit at the start. If you're right on the edge, will it move? Won't it move?
Randy says, this stream cursed me to relapse on the AFUS rush addiction.
Yeah, it's
Yes. I was very addicted to it. I had multiple emotional breakdowns out of frustration of like I try everything and everything I try makes my run slower.
crazy.
For me, it's like I'm getting faster and faster, but I'm also noticing like these micro mistakes that I could
Battle
just
started.
fix and get another like 5 seconds,
Yeah,
7 seconds down.
Yeah. Um,
I think I can definitely shave off a few half a seconds in my opener.
Probably.
Oh, did I build the wrong max first? Dang. Think so. Just minimizing the rotation.
I don't know how much difference rotation makes. I've never cared about that too much. I've cared about it a little, but not much.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Best graphics gameplay settings for bar. Look,
I just playing potato.
yeah. I pretty much run on default for most things, and then there are very specific things that I change for specific reasons which aren't going to be relevant to most players. The biggest thing I would say for every player you need to change, come over here to game, find this set target as default, enable it. That means right click doesn't override your unit's movement. It gives you so much more control over what your units do, but you probably won't be, you'll probably have to play for a little while before you're good enough to take use of that. So like, Is this going better for you, Sen?
Yeah, but I'm making some other slight mistakes.
Okay. What would those be?
I just stalled because I didn't make a solar
Okay.
in time. And I didn't turn off factory guard at the start, so one of my constructors is away from the construction group.
Yeah.
I hate this movement. Yeah, murder.
You've also queued Twilight for one of your constructors. You might want to change that, Sen.
Twilights.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Why did I do that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
2,600.
Yeah, that's major.
Yeah, that's crazy different.
Oh, I didn't space queue it out.
Oh, there we go. Now we're going bad in the wrong department. Let's go.
Yeah, that
Nice.
is the time.
It's fixable though. It's
Or
fine.
a tiny bit of energy excess, but that's pretty good. You only wanted 2 construction turrets before your T2 RLTU.
Okay.
Send probably a few too many cons, it looks like. We can
Yeah.
address that next time.
Feels like that.
Oh my god, I'm
Or-
okay.
Oh, okay.
Struggle.
That's-
Hold up. Boom.
This is where I needed the storage, I think.
Yes. Storage rather than the con turrets.
Yeah.
And I overbuilt Soros again. God dang it.
Yeah, storage would have been.
You can also
really
start
useful
reclaiming
right
that
now.
T2 factory if you've got nothing else to do. And Sen, you've only got 3,000 energy access. It's not too bad. Nice.
Yes, I managed it. Yes,
Okay,
that's what I wanted.
and yeah, start your con turrets. You also looks like you could be reclaiming the factory.
Yeah. Oh, movement. Damn it. Oh yeah, and storage.
More con turrets then. Idle com as well. You're wasting build power by idling that T2 con RLTU. Just build the advanced fusion now.
I don't have the stuff to do that. Made a mistake again.
That's fine.
Frustrating. No.
Smart building.
Oh, that's coming out fast. That's good. Wait.
Yeah.
And now we do boom boom. And now we do start this. Boom. Probably a little bit more of these.
Okay, so
And they start reclaiming.
I need 12 or 11 cons. Not
You've got
13.
plenty enough build power. Just go with that RLTU.
Went from overbuilding solars to underbuilding solars. Hey, not good.
I don't know if I need a solar at this point. Could be useful.
And I trapped my con.
Probably not. You're
Emotional
tighter on
breakdown.
metal than you are on energy, Zen.
Yeah, I know. I'm-
Eat the storage. And need a solar and you should be golden.
Yeah, that was the plan.
One more solar.
Battle paused.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, that's not
It's
my
not.
record.
It's not his fastest.
I actually
yeah.
optimized it by 1 second. Yeah. I optimized by 1
Faster.
second, and that's with 3 mistakes I made. That's like actually kind of crazy.
Alright.
This one could have been a lot faster.
What do you think went wrong this one?
Idle time on my constructors.
Yeah.
Unlike you mentioned, one constructor too many or two. Not
Yeah.
making a storage after my third A solar.
Yeah.
I think it's after the third one. And then
Yeah.
make a fourth. And then either lab or 2 construction turrets. Something
Yeah.
like that. And then queuing the Twilight was... Yeah, that messed up my attention.
Yeah.
Battle started.
Not sure how I did that. What's the short key for Twilights?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's C and then it's W and then D for my keyboard. So that's actually quite far apart.
Yeah.
And my not turning off factory guard was a mistake.
Yeah. So here's a great example of where you could just pop down another solar and then your advanced solar. You'd probably use up that metal you have in storage.
That's early.
And, yeah, this early. This early. Cause
Okay. Yeah, this
to
was
see
the
now
style
when you
I
have
mentioned.
yeah, that was a bunch of idle there that didn't need to happen. And then you spend all that energy on these cons. And so that's a lot of cons. And then when you get here, you run out of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 380 metal that you have, energy per second.
I should have turned off my factory at this point.
That would be a reasonable other option. But I think you just spend less time boosting the factory, then you get these out faster, and then your factory will add on this build power for you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll just have the advanced solars out faster.
You do an A solar after the 5th or 6th solar. With only three
It's
or 4.
another big bunch of idle time
cons.
there.
Yeah.
And if not for that idle time, you wouldn't have run out. You wouldn't have excess energy probably until after you built that. And then here I'd go straight for the T2 factory. I wouldn't build these at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
the base layout is another thing I need to work on.
See, once you get over here, you've also got that space that you can deal with. Then you're closer to here, and you're in the position to reclaim the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just made a lot of mistakes regarding amounts of things I'm building.
Yeah.
I definitely got the T2 lab actually like too early, I think, for what I was doing. I should have probably spent it more on storing up the energy so I could reclaim it faster and then pop the AFUS right as the con comes out, rather than building it and then spending time like reclaiming and then scaling BP and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a later T2 lab for my build actually might work out better, I think.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
And I also made like the same mistake twice where I built the lab facing the wrong way and I just had to replace it and it was so time consuming.
Yeah. I think this entire time you're not building this is wasted time. I also think that
And that's the thing, I have to
that
scale
energy
like
storage there, for example, is just not worth it. It's good that you built that, because otherwise you would have had a lot of excess. So like this constructor's spent like 30 seconds building that, sitting there not doing anything.
Yeah.
That would have been time he could have reclaimed this or shaved off your advanced fusion. Every 10 seconds he sits there is probably, maybe 15 seconds he sits there is probably 1 second of the time, which is like on the order you're thinking at the moment, so it's not too good, not too impactful. But the other thing is like, you're building a bunch of solars here, and then you're going to build a bunch more construction turrets to use the solars. It's like every 3 solar, you need another 2 construction turrets to use that energy that's producing in order to support the advanced fusion. I think it would have been better if you'd have just place the advanced fusion, built it, rather than building the solars, building the construction turrets, and then you have to reclaim those solars later, and these storages as well. It would have been better if
Yeah,
these had
that-
all just been building this instead.
Okay. Overbuilt storages. I can
Yeah.
agree with the storage points, but
Yeah.
regarding the T2 lab, as I said, I think it would be better off making it later, and then going like for just spending the resources through
Yeah.
the storages into the solars earlier, so I could scale a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah. So, for example, what you could have done there, you've got 16 construction turrets. Just skip 4 of them. Or, actually, looking at this, you're actually
Yeah, I also plugged
using...
myself in here. That's another mistake.
Yeah. Well, because the other thing is, you're actually, when you're building the advanced fusion here, see, you're using less energy than you're producing, so you're adding these solars, but they're not actually improving your time at all. They're actually, each solar you build is slowing you down. So if we look at this, how many extra solars you have? You have probably about 9 extra solars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the order of build power, again, it's like, that's probably a significant amount of time you've lost on your advanced fusion. Because not only do you have to, like, build those solars, that's 10. But then you also have to reclaim them, because
Battle paused.
you run out of metal at the end.
Battle paused.
And see, all this energy that you have in storage here could have been just didn't build the solars, and so you build that faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the timing for my AFUS, by the way?
Battle started.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I shifted like 1 or 2 seconds off the time I had last time.
I think
Which is
your
hilarious
previous one
'cause I
was
made more mistakes last
9:13. Wait, look here. I think you were about 5 seconds slower than your previous run.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. But considering that, you built a few, let's say 3 energy storages you completely didn't need, and then had all these excess solars you built at the end, or built and reclaimed at the end, that would have blown past your previous time if you just hadn't built them. You'd have been fine. And not only that, I think at some point you could have just, if these hadn't spent time building them, you also wouldn't have needed a couple extra construction turrets, which would have saved, you would have had, I think, an actual, you'd have been getting close to 9 minutes at that point. If you didn't do this and that, didn't do that, and if these had just helped that instead. Alright.
So instead restarting my game.
Yeah. That I'm out of time for tonight. Has this been helpful?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna speedrun.
Yeah.
For me, it's just a totally different aspect of the game, and I think it's beneficial to learn how to optimize a build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like thinking of your time. Like your second time was your best time, Zen.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you've learned stuff even though your time hasn't necessarily improved?
Yeah, mostly the small details. I knew it's about optimizing walking time. It's been fun to do this practice, especially I did a few runs on my own but I think it's more fun to do it with other players together.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And watch the replay and give feedback.
I only
It's
the thing
interesting
keeping me
to-
sane, honestly, was like dumping Jammers DMs with all my frustrations and thoughts and ideas that didn't work out.
Yeah, he told me we were
What?
chatting about the
I've been-
challenge.
I've been dubbed in. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were both chatting because I was theory crafting about the AFUS challenge, and he was as well. So, yeah, it's been interesting. I wouldn't say I've learned the most yet,
Okay.
but like, it's all for me. It's getting to just optimizing small details and getting knowledge about all the small intricacies of the game,
Yeah.
and that's been useful
Okay.
because I'm currently at that point that I'm well acquainted with most of the basics.
There's one thing I quickly want to mention to you, which could make some impact. I don't know if it'll be tangible at the end of the thing, but it's cool. Think about your vehicle constructor, the path that it's taking, where you place the mexes, and how long it's taking for that constructor to drive the path. Try to shorten that as much as possible. I reckon you could cut as much as 20 seconds off its route.
Oh, damn.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
That's still quite a big improvement.
Yeah, I did. I traced like half of the route with an approximate thing, and I was like, I got 10 seconds out of it with just very rough numbers. I reckon you could do even better than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Just another question.
Yeah.
I installed your widgets, but I can't find how to add a short key. Because if I enable them, I just get this massive window.
Yeah.
But I haven't been tinkering around, so.
Okay. I might have to do like a video tutorial for my widgets, because I keep hearing that they're difficult to set up and figure out how to use and stuff, so maybe I should explain it.
Yeah, I could figure it out if I really wanted to, but I think I have to read the code and dig in.
Which
and
one
it's quite
specifically are you
time-consuming.
trying to use?
The one where what is it called? Where you have the multiple stats, your latest build.
Oh, yeah.
That you posted in our chat. That's the one I'm using.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably the one one of the ones I should write instructions for. All of them need a lot of instructions, so okay. Anyway,
yeah,
I'll catch you guys.
I think even just a small readme on how to install and how to use it would be nice.
Yeah. All right. If you have any more questions about this going forward, feel free to ask me. I know a lot more than I've been able to communicate to you guys.
Yeah, true. True.
So
maybe not something to cover on stream, but I've posted my opinion on a topic in the mentor chat.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And I've shared a review I did.
Yeah.
Maybe was curious if you could have a look.
I have had a look over it. I just haven't had time to develop my thoughts. Yep. So yeah, I'll get to it. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you. Hope you had fun.
I had fun.
I'll catch you next week.
Thanks for your time.
Adios.
Ciao. Alright, and thank you everyone in Twitch chat. Thank you, Steven, for the raid. Thank you, Graceful, for the follow. I hope you guys have learned some stuff. I'm very sorry, Randy, for throwing you back into hell. And same time next week. I started the stream 2 hours 16 minutes ago. 2 hours 20 minutes ago approximately. I'll be doing that again next week. We'll probably be doing something a little bit more serious than rushing advanced fusions on Comet Catcher. Probably 1v1s again. Alrighty. Check out my website if you're interested. masterbell2.wordpress.com has a list of the widgets I use and stuff like that. And yeah. Okay. I'll stop rambling and end the stream. Goodbye.